Hmm. Problems. Why is that? Why is demand low for everything? I honestly don't know. We might really have to play neighboring cities now. We might actually have to. Okay, Major League, that's awesome. We might really have to develop neighboring cities before that demand's gonna go up again. Like with SimCity, you do reach a certain point when your city will not develop without neighbors. If I remember right. Okay, let's just crank that up a bit more. I mean, you can see how many things I have to click on, right? I've got the libraries again. So I have to go back and click on all the libraries as well. Like you see this? Like you see this micromanaging? It doesn't scale very well. You know, when the city is small and you're looking at 2 or 3 things, that's fine. That's interesting. When the city is this big, you have to look through a dozen things. It's not fun. Like, it doesn't scale. Okay, so we're gonna demolish that little thing there, because that's useless. And then we're gonna put in the Major League Stadium, right next to the Minor League Stadium. There we go. So all of these are demand cap busters. I think they're residential demand cap busters. Oh, this has degraded, okay. But there's no demand, that's why it's degraded. I don't know what to do anymore. I honestly don't. There's no demand for anything except low wealth things. I think we have to build neighboring cities. Okay, so now that we're here, we can build neighboring cities out there. Okay, we will build avenues. We will build avenues. We have to delete a little bit of this. Wait, oh, there's a missing road there anyway. We delete that. I think we can build an avenue. There we go. From there. And 1, 2, 3. Gonna build an avenue there. Avenue. So the idea is we can develop those 2 cities to the north. Wait a minute. Okay, never mind. That's fine. And this is gonna be avenues. And I guess we're gonna make those low wealth cities, because that's what the demand is. So that means we're gonna skimp on the schools, we're gonna... Oops. We're gonna skimp on healthcare. Or maybe just raise taxes on rich people. Tax the rich. Maybe we can do that. That might work. Alright, so we've got those connections there, and yeah, we can just build those 2 cities. I can't think of anything else I can do. Or let me just run the simulation on the neighboring cities for a little bit, see what happens there. So we've gotten this far. Oh, the highways are also demand cap busters. Maybe I should build some highways. Maybe I should build a highway. How much money do I have? Quite a bit. Okay, let's save the game. And then we're gonna build a highway right down the middle. Right. And it's gonna be elevated because all the other stuff's on the ground already. Alright, I'm gonna build a high... What do you mean unable? Unsuitable? Of course it's suitable. Which part of this is not suitable? Like that? No. It just, I don't know, it just decides not to calculate some of this stuff. It's fine. Okay, look at the end of it is not fine, I see. Alright, so the highway is quite expensive, but we've got money to burn. Oh, I see why it's unsuitable. Let me fix this quickly. There, in fact I can do... Nope, I guess I can't do that. Why can't I do that? Okay, never mind. Elevated highway... Connect to neighbouring cities. There we go. Highway connections are also demand cap busters. Although, you know, if you have too many of them, they have diminishing returns. As in, you know, they become less and less useful over time. Okay, now here's a problem. The on-ramps and off-ramps don't really optimize very well. In fact, I don't even know if they can on and off ramp from avenues or not. They might not actually be able to do that. Let me just see what's going on here. Elevated highway side on ramp. Nope, that's not gonna fit neither. We're going to have to... Okay, let me try... Yes. Wait. Where do I want this? Because I can't have it on every single one. Okay, let's just do that. Because it doesn't fit on every single one. You see how that extends all the way to there? I can have it on every other one. So let's do that, and that, and that there. Okay, there we go. And then... that. So this highway has a lot of on-ramps. I don't think that's a problem. I hope that's not a problem. And then there. And there. Okay, so now there we have a problem because we have roads and avenues. That avenue is causing problems for us. We have to demolish some things. Let me... So let me demolish that, demolish that, and demolish that, and then rebuild that, and then see if we can... No, we can't. We kinda have to... Let me demolish that as well. That should make it easier. And then avenue this way, and avenue that way. Yes. Actually, why did I demolish that? I don't need an avenue there. Alright, here we go. There we go. And that. And join that up there, join that across there. And double check. Yep, those are fine. Okay, so plenty of on-ramps and off-ramps for this highway, which goes all the way across the city. Great. Cool. Look at that. I don't think that actually helps anything, does. Nothing's changed there. And I don't think anyone's actually using it neither. Like, see that? None. Oh no, 917 cars, here we go. Like, they don't actually stay on it very long, usually. So what are we looking at? No one's using it there. We've got 927 there, 736 there, 335 there, So it like every time I've built a highway in one of my maps, I found that they don't get used very much. Look at that, no one's on that segment. 6 freight trucks there, 13 freight trucks there. Well, there's nothing on the neighbouring city yet, so I guess that's why they're not using it. I mean, it looks awesome, but then, you know, there's 9,000 people there, or 9,000 cars there, or 900 cars, my bad. Can't even focus anymore. Yeah, so they don't get used very much, that's what I'm trying to say. Even though it's such an awesome road, you know, it's an awesome road right across the city. So here's a question. Should I build more highways? I can build another one, you know, like there. And have like a T-junction there. It's not really useful there, I don't think. I'm saying there because that's where the residential areas are, and they can kind of get to work to there if they need to, because I mean these guys, oh, they work there. Some of these guys, I guess, work across town. I don't know, let's just leave it at that for now. Apparently I'm still making enough money. I'm still making plenty of money. Interesting. I think we've reduced the oversupply a little bit. Well, maybe not. Doesn't seem to have changed very much. Alright, final check before we stop playing this map for a little while. That's oversupply. That's fine actually, it's the library. A bit more there. Yep. Yep. And where is it? There. Fine. University. Fine. Fine and fine and a bit more. Great. And great. That's okay, great. Pause. Yeah, so that's the city right now. What to do next? A lot of low wealth demand, and not so much the other stuff. Let's check the... What haven't we got so far? We've got almost all of it. Museums we don't have. I don't think that's a problem. Maybe we put in museums next time we play. Opera house requires a major art museum. Okay, that's fine. A tourist trap requires... Number of connected cities in region 6. I think I can do that. I think I need, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need one more city for the tourist trap. That's funny. Convention center. We need a major airport. Oh, let's check the airport. I forgot to check the airport. Okay, that's almost at capacity. Efficiency is not very good. Should I do something about that? Cemetery, television studio, city zoo we've got. Resort hotel, low pollution. Number of cities in region 4. I don't understand why I don't have this. Low pollution. I guess my pollution's not low enough. Cruise ship port I can't get. Well-funded health and education system. Don't I have, or shouldn't I have that? Movie studio, hotel, stock exchange. 25,000 high-tech jobs. Let me just check how close we are. We are not even halfway there. Okay. We don't actually have that many high wealth people neither. That's interesting. Alright, I think we need to develop neighboring cities. I know we've been saying that over and over again. Okay, let's stop staring at this. Save and exit the region. Now, do we run the neighboring cities for a bit or not? Let's do that. Run the simulation and neighboring cities. Maybe fix some of the traffic problems in the neighboring cities as well, while we're there. Alright, Arcadia. Actually, let's just look at this. Impressive. Yeah, so I can build... there's a lot of mountains though. I think that's the better one to build. Although there's not that many road connections. Alright, Arcadia. That's interesting. We've got more connections coming in. Let's see. I'm gonna join that up. Haha, the highway is just gonna butt in right there. That's funny. Alright, so there's that there. Alright guys, you're gonna make room for the highway. Guess what? Get demolished. Maybe that was a little excessive. Highway. Can we transition to a ground highway? We can, and then can we transition to an avenue? We can. And then can we transition into more avenue? Down to, for example, there. Demolition. Alright, so we transition into avenues. That's good. I guess we don't need an on-ramp because we're just gonna glide onto the ground like that. Here we're going to change this to avenue down to about there. Alright, roads and roads and roads. And this road doesn't really join up very well. I guess we're gonna have to do that. And I guess we're gonna have to do that. That's a bit awkward, isn't it? It is. Here we can join that there. Okay. Okay, let's do that. Let's check the traffic. Okay, that should solve part of that. That needs to be avenue a bit more. So that needs to be avenue down to here, basically. And roads. So you see the problem with not planning ahead. You have to go back and demolish a lot of stuff. If you didn't, consider this before you start. Alright, so here we want to demolish that, and we want to avenue this. That's problematic. Okay, let's get rid of that one. Avenue that. Okay. That should help. What else? Everything else seems to be fine. Everything else is mostly fine. Okay. Let's run the simulation. Budget surplus. An impressive budget surplus, in fact. There's... so we've got the same demand as our neighbor, so a lot of demand for low wealth things, not so much for high wealth things. I want to see if people actually start using the highway. You know, I spent money on it. I want to find out if there's actually a point to it. 22 trucks? Okay. Oh, come on. Alright, what's your problem? Bro, what's your problem? You need fire coverage? Is that what you need? You need fire coverage? There. There, have some fire coverage. You happy now? Alright, please stop doing that. Traffic. See, much better. Much better than before. Still some issues, but other than that, it's much, much better than before. Let's... Okay, there's still some serious issues, but let's not worry about that. So people aren't actually using this to get to work. They're using it to ship freight out of the city. Coming through there, coming through there. We have to go back to the other city before it will calculate this stuff, because they're coming through there, not through the... It's not a problem. I don't think that's actually a huge problem, so don't worry about that. Okay, that's fine. What is this? Oh, okay. Golf course. Apparently more high wealth people are still moving in here. Oh look, demand has gone up for high wealth. Fascinating. So why was it... Nope, it's fluctuating. It's not actually going up. Oh, they're developing here. Let me double check all this stuff. Okay. That's still okay. Alright. So the industrial stuff has rebuilt for the most part. People still aren't using the highway to get to work, but that's fine. And pause. Alright. Like, I don't want... like, this is such a mess now. I don't want to play this city anymore. It's such a mess. It's not really a mess. Like, everything's working. It's just the layout of it is so depressing. It's also medium and high wealth. Look at all this stuff. High wealth residential. There's a lot of that in this city. Is it high wealth? So it's not really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a city where I can put in a lot of poor people. So let's save and exit to region. And then go check what happens in this city. So what do we have here? Let's change that. So this is there should be quite a lot of low wealth people over here in this city. Let's run the simulation for a bit. Oh wait, traffic. Traffic is fine. Well, not really. Manageable. Is it getting better or worse? Kind of getting slightly better. Or maybe that's just wishful thinking. Oh, come on. Maybe that's just wishful... Where is it? Oh, there it is. I don't think there's anything to do about this city. Like, it's... Alright, so I don't think I'll change anything with this city. Everything's kind of capped out, it seems like. Are we putting out that fire or not? Oh, we are. Okay, done. And we're gonna save and exit. I don't think this is gonna change very much, because there's basically no room to do anything here. What a disgusting place. You can see that smog, right? What a disgusting place. It's just pollution city. It's basically all it is. This is terrible, this place. Look at that. Traffic's good, apparently. Everything else is terrible. Alright, so that's not gonna help us very much more. Save and exit. Yeah, so I guess the next time we play, we're gonna build a new city. Here or here? Maybe here. So low... Basically gonna fill this thing with low wealth residential. Maybe not here. Well, maybe we can experiment. Let's experiment with the city. We're gonna stop with the grid thing because the grid thing is getting boring now. So we're gonna build in a mountainous city, and we're gonna follow the landscape, or follow the contours of the land to build our city. So let's see if that's an interesting challenge or not. Exit without saving. For now, I'll see you guys later.